Hey everybody, HP Gibson here. You've just entered into a dimension of random geekiness, X XONE live, in your face, here on YouTube on the HP Gibson channel. I'm your host, HP Gibson. And if this is your first time here at the channel, please do me a favor. Click like, okay? Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and you will get notifications of brand new content. This is the live show. This is basically, it kind of helps me put out more content without having to take time and edit everything. I could just go ahead and just go on and just go for it. You know, there's no fancy words at the bottom or any special effects or anything like that. Hey, James Harvey, what's going on, man? So glad that you can make it. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit more. Trying to get the lightsaber in there. Trying to get everything in here. This is the best I could do, ladies and gentlemen. I just got so frustrated with my background, and I just decided to just move everything around. So right now my computer's facing a different direction. I moved all my stuff over and everything. So this is basically how it's going to look when I do live. But when I do micro and other shows like that, you'll be able to see more of everything because I got that Logitech camera and everything. And please excuse the sound. I can't use the Logitech camera and use this wonderful microphone here at the same time. So this microphone is really useless right now until I actually film something with the Canon. Such technical stuff. But listen, we're just going to just get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Before I go into Titans season 2, episodes 1 and 2, I need to talk about this comic book. Man, if you watched this month's X XONE Micro, you know, on X XONE Micro, I talk about comics, I talk about movies, I talk about video games, I talk about television show, and I try to put it together in the shortest episode possible. One of the comic books that I took a look at that I announced their release. I announced releases for about 5 different comic books. One particular comic book really caught my eye, and it's a horror comic written by James Tynion the Fourth. Okay, he is actually a GLAAD award winner for a book that he did called The Woods, which was published by Boom Studios. Okay, also this book that I'm about to talk about, Something is Killing the Children. Yes, also written by James Tynion the Fourth. GLAAD award winner. Also published by Boom Studios. This book, Something is Killing the Children, is really fantastic. And I'm not really a horror comic book sort of a fan. I never really read the Walking Dead comics ever. But this book is amazing. I finally read it. I read it online. I didn't get an actual comic book. We went to a place called My Parents' Basement, which is out in Georgia. I'm trying to remember. I think the name of the town is Avondale. But I did take some footage. I'm going to be putting that up a little while. I'm going to take that footage that I got from off the phone. We're going to take a look around inside My Parents' Basement. If you've ever heard of My Parents' Basement, it is a bar and grill. It is a retro arcade game. It has pinball machines. It sells comics. Bar and grill. Nice little mom and pop sort of a place. I will be putting up footage for that. But I went to the place to look for this comic book, Something is Killing the Children. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Yeah, James, my man James Harvey, so glad that you can make it, man. Thank you for joining me here on the live chat, on the live show. But I read the first volume digitally, because I wanted to see it so bad. I wanted to read it so bad. And they ran out of copies at the place I was telling you about, My Parents' Basement. All I can say, if you've seen me on Facebook, if you've ever seen any of my posts on Facebook, it reminds me, it's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Stranger Things with a little dash of that indie video game. I don't know if anybody's ever played it. It was called Limbo. Anybody ever played Limbo? It's a side-scrolling adventure, kind of a puzzle adventure, side-scrolling adventure, a game that takes place in limbo. I never finished the game. One of these days I'm going to finish it because I downloaded it from off of Xbox. It was an indie game, Xbox Arcade, Limbo. Please check it out. It's a fun game, real eerie game, but it's fun. But I read volume 1, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to try not to spoil too much of it, but let's just say that people's fears and nightmares come to life in a vicious way. And there's a monster hunter by the name of Erica Slaughter who comes along, and she hears about the goings on in this particular area. I forget the name of the town, Orchard Park, Air Park, or Pear Park, or something like that. But in this particular town, there's some strange goings on. There's some kids that were killed by monsters, and some survived, some didn't. And Erica Slaughter apparently gets word about it, and she's apparently being sent on a mission because she's talking to somebody on a cell phone. And I guess whoever this person or persons are, some kind of organization, is sending her to wherever, monsters appear, and they send her, and she's like working for them. So some kind of an organization. She's very efficient at killing monsters. So it's going to remind you of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's a good book. What I like doing sometimes when I'm reading an online comic book is play like music in the background. So I was playing some eerie, scary music in the background, and it fit reading the book so well. So if you ever get a chance, if you want to read something different other than superheroes and Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and all that, you want something a little bit different, please, by all means, pick up Something is Killing the Children by Boom Studios, okay? Written by James Tynion IV. He's mostly known for doing a lot of the Batman stuff, doing a lot of the Batman series. So look him up. He's a 2017 GLAAD Award winner for his other Boom Studio comic, The Woods. Look that one up as well. Fine writer, and an award well deserved, because this comic book is badass. Something is Killing the Children. It's out now. Look for it at your local comic book shop. Now, let's talk Titans, y'all, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't want to spoil anything. This is basically a spoiler light thing, but of course, Titans season 2, the first episode, pretty much takes place after the cliffhanger of season 1, where we find Dick Grayson under the demonic control of Tigan, who is Raven's father. And this control that he has over Dick Grayson, Dick Grayson is having some kind of a scenario is playing out in his head, and he believes that he's beating up Batman and is bringing out Dick Grayson's dark side. So that's what Tigan does. He puts people under a spell or demonic mental control and gives them puts them into scenarios that brings out their dark side. So Dick Grayson's dark side was being brought out, and also Tigan eventually gets all the other Titans except for Garth and Raven under demonic control, and putting and placing crazy situations in their mind and having them live out these fantasies that brings out their dark side. So all the Titans except for Beast Boy, aka Garth, and Raven are under his control, and they're all having these fantasies, bringing out their dark side, their eyes darken and everything. All of them are under his control. Somehow, I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but let's just say that in the episode, we get to see some pretty cool stuff. I mean, Bruce Wayne. Okay, Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson sitting down just chatting. They don't have to be in their costumes, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, because with the whole thing about DC limiting the appearances of Batman on television because DC and Warner Brothers, Batman is their cash cow, so they don't want Batman on any television shows except maybe like just a little bit. You know what happened with Gotham, and I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face, and I'm always going to say it. As far as Gotham, when it comes to showing Batman in Gotham, we got Smallville, okay? We got Smallville big time. But in the last episode, the final episode of Titans season 1, I don't think we got too Smallville. We got enough Batman to make us go, okay, all right, he's vicious. But of course, that was in a fantasy. So we have Lane Glenn playing Bruce Wayne. And of course, let me take a look at the Titans cast real quick so I can get the names right. Brenton Thwaites as Dick Grayson. We got Anna Diop as Starfire. Ryan Potter doing a hell of a job as Beast Boy. We also have Alan Ritchson as Hawk. We have Lane Glenn as Bruce Wayne. And this guy right here, Curran Walters, ripping it as Jason Todd. He looks a little small, but I hope one day we get this, okay? Yeah, I used to cosplay Red Hood back in the day, so. And of course, we have Isai Morales, as you saw in episode 1 of season 2, being Slade, aka Deathstroke. We got Connor Leslie as Donna Troy, aka Wonder Girl. Yo, is Wonder Girl rocking or what? Now, here's the big question. Since now, Dick Grayson is no longer Robin. He pretty much, in the second episode of season 2, he pretty much tells, Jason Todd, like, look, I'm not Robin anymore. You're Robin, And all the Titans have converged onto the Titan Tower in San Francisco, by the blessing of Bruce Wayne. Dick Grayson is putting the Titans back together, a new Titans. And Raven is looking more like Raven now, because if you remember in the first episode of season 2, Tygan pulled out her heart and turned it into a gem and put it in her forehead. So she looks more like the comic book Raven. So now we have this young lady running around with silver hair, played by Chelsea T. Zhang, Rose Slade, daughter of Slade, aka Deathstroke, Slade Wilson's, Deathstroke. And I'll tell you, this is really, really coming together. I am more than satisfied with the direction that they're taking Titans. I like the Titans show. I always have, ever since, Robin said, and I quote, F Batman, Brenton Thwaites has solidified himself as being a great Robin on live action Robin. Not since I forget who the other fella played. Chris, who was the guy that played Robin in the Batman films? Who played Robin in the? It was Chris. I forget his name, but he was the only other person that played Robin. Since Burt Ward. But this guy here is doing a hell of a job. And like I said, the guy that's playing Jason Todd, as much as people hated the Jason Todd character years ago, if you remember that 1-800 number where DC Comics, to Chris O'Donnell, thank you so much, James. See, I can count on James. James Harvey, he promotes me and follows me and helps me out and is such a great supporter. Thank you so much, James. I would consider you to be my co-host right now on the chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I truly appreciate the support. I truly do. Thank you so much, James, because I'm sitting here racking my brain trying to remember. Chris O'Donnell, dude. Chris O'Donnell. Okay, now over here. Now, listen, what I'm going to start doing, since I really don't have the time to do too much of a whole lot of things. As you remember, I did a show called Retro Gaming with HB Gibson. Retro Gaming with HB Gibson is going to become a segment on the brand new HB Gibson show. I'm also going to be doing throwback comics also on the HB Gibson show. So I'm going to be consolidating everything onto a brand new show called the HB Gibson show, which will be up, I believe, in 2020. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to preempt all my other shows like X XONE Micro, Monthly Blaster, and X XONE Live. And I'm going to do the HB Gibson show, hopefully on a weekly basis, for at least for a little while, at least for a month, just to see how people like it. If you want to see a teaser of that, just scroll down the videos. That's all. Scroll down the videos. Yeah, and James said welcome. I appreciate it. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I am very satisfied with Titans. I'm very satisfied with Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol was really good. I mean, Brendan Fraser as Robot Man, he just, I mean, dude says, what the F? Almost like Groot says, I am Groot. He made what the F his own language, guys. Well, with that being said, listen, I gotta go. I gotta get to bed. Just a little tidbit that I wanted to add if you've been following me on Facebook. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? James, you know what I'm saying? It's like Robot Man's language is what the F. That's his language. That's how he speaks. When he says my name is Robot, he says what the F. What the F means my name is Robot Man. But anyway, a little tidbit before I go to bed. At my job, I work at a specific company. If you've been following me on Facebook, we filmed a music video / commercial / musical piece for the company that I work for. And they filmed it right on location. An actual film crew from LA came to my job. Myself and my co-workers appeared in the video, dancing around. One of the guys from the company, his name is Reese Peace. He wrote a rap for the company, and they loved it so much that they decided to make a music video commercial. And as soon as it's available, I'm going to put it up there. You're going to see your boy, dancing, bopping around. It's a hip hop video, very, very well done. I mean, we had smoke effects and everything. We were all wearing, black and yellow and everything. We just had a great time. I finally got a chance to wear those light up sneakers, with the different colors. Yeah, we were wearing the light up sneakers, guys. But yeah, so I'll be posting that very, very soon. I'll put a link, or I'll post it up. Hit the bell icon so you can get the notifications, so that way you can see the cool stuff. Well, listen, that's it for me right now. Thank you so much for spending a little time in a dimension of random geekiness right here on the X XONE Live. I'm your host, HB Gibson. I love you to life, and I will see you next time. Look for Monthly Blaster, hopefully this week. If not, the following week. Bye-bye. Oh, Wizard of War. Wizard of War, which was released by Midway back in 1980. Wizard of War. There you go. I knew I forgot something. Bye-bye.